Hello, 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 all you wonderful, beautiful people. Welcome to Ganglet's Treasure. This time, I'm going to remember to get the intro right. If you're new to the channel, my family and I go on thrifting adventures, and I am a third generation thrifter. My mom lived through the Depression, and her mom and she knew how to stretch a dollar. She also had antiques in the house all the time I was growing up and had several antique booths. So my love is really the wood. And I like glass and metals and all those natural things. I think I took a test one time and it said my style was modern organic. But when we go out thrifting, we are usually on the hunt for anything vintage, except most of you that have been here for a while know that I have a problem with cute. And one time Ramanda used those words against me when she wanted to get this stuffed animal at the bins. But welcome to part two of a Goodwill thrifting, and I called it I'm Feeling the Pinch. I think in the last video I said I started talking about it in January, but I think I really started talking about it in December, that I was seeing a slowdown in my sales. And I've also heard from other resellers that they are feeling or seeing the same thing, and that theirs might not have happened until after Christmas. And I definitely want to give credit where credit is due. The other video went up on Wednesday. I watched Texas Gal Treasures, and she was talking about this exact same thing, and actually talked about some of the things that she was going to be doing to change. And I think I started talking about that I was going to start being more particular about picking things up. I was going to start making sure that the things that I bought had a higher sell-through rate. And so she gave me some good ideas. So I'm going to add to what I've already done. And Monday's video, I said, it's okay to walk out empty-handed. And then I go home and watch her video, and she says the exact same thing. It's okay to walk out empty-handed because whatever the reason, buyers are changing what they buy. And as a business, we talked about this before when I talked about clothes, that I was going to be more particular about what clothes I got. And but before we get into all of that, let's go watch the rest of my thrifting trip, and I'll show you the things that I bought. And I think I have comps for all of them that I will put up somewhere on the screen. And when we finish the rest of this trip, and actually I didn't think I was going to get this much footage. I thought it would be one video and would be done. But because I don't go in and just turn the camera on and just film until there's 20 or 25 minutes worth of film. I stop it to look up things. I stop because I'm going down the plastic aisle, or I stop because Ramanda went and got a sweater and we're going to look at it and does it have any flaws. And so a trip for me, even to get 15 minutes worth of filming, can take anywhere 30, 45 minutes or an hour. So I don't watch the clock, or I don't go, oh, I have 12 and a half minutes worth of video. It's time to be done. And then I realized that I'd already started talking about things that I wanted to change, and then I heard Texas Gal Treasures talk about hers. I was like, oh, okay, lots of us are feeling that. So we will go through the rest of the video footage that I have for the Goodwill trip, and then we will be right back, and we will talk about how I'm feeling the pinch. What is the pinch? Does anybody know where it comes from? There could be lots of places it's coming from. And what I'm going to do, and I will probably reiterate the things that I had in the first video. Thank you so much for coming along on this thrifting adventure. Please like, please comment. Let me know if there was something I should have picked up, something I shouldn't have picked up. Um, Let me know if you're feeling the pinch also and what you're thinking about doing to change. Or maybe you're just done and you're going to give up reselling, or you're going to go to whatnot, or you're just going to do garage sales. Let me know in the comments. And we'll get to the footage in the blink of an eye. And again, this has to be a voiceover. This MERS Goodwill does have the music on. This was really pretty. They wanted $7.37 for it. And I don't know whether that's a good buy or too expensive. So I thought I'd look at the other one. And this one is only for cold drinks. Don't put your hot coffee in it. But that one didn't have a tag on it. So I thought, let's head on down the aisle. It's mostly plastic, and sometimes part of the hunt is just a walk by. This was a very pretty, what would you call it? It's not quite a bowl and it's not quite a tray. And I thought this box was interesting. It was made of tin. The flower was very modern, made of wood. Lantern down there and an ice bucket. And I wonder if the ice bucket goes with something else that I found. But they had a popcorn popper, which I was very interested in, but that's because I love popcorn. And I have one of the ones that you sit on top of the stove and turn the handle, because I've done some research and microwave popcorn is really bad for you. There's a Black & Decker that's a cheap unit, not something I would want to pick up to sell. There's pillows, and then we popped over to the games and toys. I really wanted to see if there was anything vintage, and I found these bath bombs, and I thought, well, I need to be open to new things. Let's put it in the cart, and I'll look it up later. There's a dinosaur truck, and I wondered what was in the back here, so I had to move the plastic toys. As if it was a water gun, I might pick it up, because the last water gun we picked up to help the dogs not bark leaks really bad. But this one is a Nerf gun, and I don't want to use Nerfs on the dogs. And just more toys, more plastic. One of those little kitties. I should have stopped to check to see if that kitty was one of those ones that talks. Beads, but it wasn't full, so it wasn't complete, so it had been used. So to me, there wasn't any value in there, and I don't do any beading. A Barbie doll with her box, a little drum set, and a little turtle, a little pet carry case for your toys, toy pets, more Nerf guns. Now, if you all pick up Nerf guns, let me know, because I never actually thought about it. But if I'm going to look up bath bombs, maybe I should open my mind and look up Nerf guns. I was interested in this because it was a different type of game. I wondered if it was like Monopoly, but I did look it up, and I will put the comp here. I think one sold for like 99 cents or something. But I'm talking before I put up the comp. And here's a Croft and Barrow mini sports tool, which I thought was quite interesting. I thought if it was Croft and Barrow, it would be something that people would want, but there are none listed and none sold. So that stays on the shelf. Human physiology book. We are in... What are these? They look like socks, but that's not a foot on the bottom. It's rounded on the bottom. What is that? Oh, wait, squirrel. Look at this clock. No, let's look at the socks. It's a Crayola clock, but it's not made by Crayola. There's no back on it, but the battery space is not corroded. It is made by Spartus. And, we'll leave it. Well... No, maybe we should put it in the cart. Maybe we should look it up. Maybe we should look up more stuff different types of things. I remember we had a clock like that at school. And this is just little pieces of something that I don't even know what it is. So I'm going to leave it alone. Some kind of shirt or dress, some rocks, some plastic, trash can, more, and masks, another bead set, a dust buster. These are his and hers celebration bubbles. And they wanted $7.37, but there's the comp, as you see. Not gonna put that in my in my basket. And that's empty. Darn. I was hoping that would be something really cool. And what is this under here with all these colors? It looks like beach colors, maybe? Oh, it's a bathroom bag. Put all your stuff in there and a tablecloth. Oh, let's look at the tablecloth. Oh, I'm trying to reach for the tablecloth. Sorry. Oh, it was originally $3.49, and there's no tag on it for Goodwill, and it's plastic. So, not something for resale and not something I want for the shop. If those bags were big enough, I was going to grab a couple of them. It's always nice to have extra bags in the car. Only, what did it say? Only good stuff. El Patron and more plastic stuff. I'm sure I'm reaching for something. Dora the Explorer. Shower curtains. Not something I want to pick up. Jewelry box. Cute. And this is shiny in the back. It's a Kleenex box. Not something I'm going to pick up. Not something I need. Nice box. A Sizzle Texture Boutique. I don't know what that is. This is the Kleenex box, but it goes with a bathroom set that is down on the end. And I eventually pick it up and go put it all together. There's another one of those little carriers. There must have been 3 in the shop. And we'll go to the other side. There's an American flag, some books, a plastic plate. These are appointment books, but no. If they've been like 50 cents or $1 a piece, maybe. A fitness ball. And that, I wondered what that was, and it's actually just a pillow. Plastic tote, little slippers, and those silver things you put on your inside your window to reflect the light. Ooh, a popcorn. An Osmo base. Nope, I can tell. It's empty. An umbrella, scales. And now I'm going to check these things out. I'm going to look them up, and that one goes back on the shelf. We're going to look up the bubbles. We're going to look up the the bath bombs, the unicorn bath bombs. There were none like that sold. I did find this vodka shaker, and there's the cup. And so it stayed on the shelf. I thought I need to look up new things, but as you can see, there was one sold, and it sold for 99 cents. So it stayed on the shelf. And I am feeling the pinch. I'm sure there are multiple ways that I'm feeling the pinch, and one of them is definitely the stress of moving. I've already moved to St. Louis because I'm here with Ramanda, but now it's moving the whole house here. Our house hasn't sold yet, so we were looking at either having to rent for a year, which I don't want to have to do, or finding it temporary. And so we ended up with a really nice Airbnb. That means all our stuff will go in storage, but the week of not knowing what we were doing, where we were going, was really stressful. So I do apologize for not having a proper intro in the last video. And I did learn that the Goodwill that I was at is a MERS, MERS, Goodwill. They are part of Goodwill, but they were their own company before, and they kept their management. Because I said, "Do you guys do the rewards card?" Like, no, we don't. We've never done a rewards card. I said, oh, well, I thought it was Goodwill nationwide. And it's like, oh no, we're MERS. We kept all of ours. We still do the 75% off color of the day or color of the week. I was like, yeah, I noticed that. I really like that. That's really cool. And the gentleman said, yeah, we sell out the whole store within a month. Within a month, everything in the store sells. I was like, that's a really good idea. That's a really good way to keep it. Was kind of like, my thought was, Goodwill, if you did that, you might not have so much stuff at the bins. But I like the bins, so I don't know. I don't know which way is better. I am also feeling the pinch on the reselling side. I don't remember exactly what I mentioned in the last video, but I know I started talking about I needed to start making some changes. I think I started before Christmas. I know in the last video I said January, but it is January. And I started talking about I needed to find things with higher sell-through rate. So your sell-through rate is how fast something sells. You take how many are sold and divide that by how many are listed. So if there's one sold and 4 are listed, you take 1 divided by 4. That's a 25% sell-through rate, which is not really very good. I think I want to, not that everything in my shop is that. That was just an example. But even some things that are 33% or 35%, they're not really going to sell very fast. So I was talking to you about that in December. So that is one thing that's why I did all the research while I was in there. So I have to start doing more research before I buy. I have to check the sell-through rate, and like I said I think I said it in the last video, it's okay to leave empty-handed. Sometimes there's just not anything there for resale. Although I did not leave empty-handed because I did find my suitcase that I needed, and I bought Ramanda the flour sifter, and I also bought a bathroom, something for the bathroom, but I don't remember what it is. So I know I need to make those changes. And if you're a reseller and you're seeing changes also that you need to make to your reselling business, let me know what you're doing. What are you going to do the same? What are you going to change? And I'm also feeling the pinch in the prices when I go shopping. It seems that Goodwill has raised their prices quite a lot. And some things you see that, everything's raised their prices a little bit. But it's kind of like eggs. When you go from $1.99 a dozen to $5 a dozen, it's like, whoa. And the $5 a dozen was at Aldi's. And I'm seeing that the same thing at Goodwill. Like when I went back to the Batesville Goodwill, their prices were just, whoa. Like that. That's like I walked out without anything just because the prices were so high. It's kind of like that tumbler. It was $7.37. Maybe that's a good buy. Maybe I should have checked it out. And do people even buy used tumblers on eBay or on whatnot? So that's another way that I'm feeling the pinch. Time-wise, I'm also feeling the pinch. Trying to look for a house or look for a place to rent, and we're doing both at the same time, is almost like having another job. It's something that you have to do almost daily, and sometimes it takes hours to do. I'm also helping take care of Ramanda. Not that that takes up a lot of time, but it does take up time. And then we're trying to get Mac regulated on some medicine so that he's doesn't have so much anxiety when he's left alone. And then when we come home, he's just almost spastic. And the medicine that we started him on, um, he just slept. He literally like didn't move. Like I had treats and I was like, Mac, do you want a treat? And he didn't move. And so there's been um, lots more calls to the vet. And that takes up a little bit of time. And knowing that I'm going to go back next week and it's going to be a very busy week trying to get the whole house packed. Well, not the whole house. We've decided to leave the freezer and probably leave the stuff in the shed, and it's going to have to be 2 trips. But most of the house is going to come. Uh, it's going to be a long, hard week, so I know also that I need to get ahead on videos so that I can have the videos up and ready for you guys. If you would like to see a behind the scenes for packing for the house or the shop, or a walkthrough of the house that now that it is move-in ready and being shown, let me know in the comments. I can do that for you. I can show you before, during, and after in the hot mess garage, because it is still a hot mess because we've still had to take even more stuff out of the house and put it into the garage for the showings. And I'm feeling the pinch of what to do with the stuff that I already have. Do I spend the time to pack it up, use the space on the truck, ship it out here, put it in a rental, put it in a storage that we have to rent for 3 months? And do I put up all the shelves and put all my stuff that's in the shop in the front to keep my eBay shop open? Do I have a sale and see if I can get rid of all of it? Some of it, Ramanda said, oh, just have 50% off sale. Well, that would be great. I could have 50% off sale. But on some of the stuff, I would lose money. I don't mind breaking even, but I don't want to lose money. And if I just donate it all, then I get back what I paid for it. And if I ship it out here, all of that can be as a moving expense because I'm moving my stuff. So there are lots of options there, and Ramanda and I talked about it last night. And before I make the final decision, I'm going to have a sale next week in the eBay store. 50% off on games and plushes, 40% off on clothes, and then there will be a 30% off on like seasonal decor and some vintage decor things. See what we can get moved while I'm back there, and then after that, then I'm going to have to sit down and look at how much room do we have in the truck, how much is the storage unit going to cost, and is it going to be better to keep the stuff I have and keep my eBay store open? I'm definitely going to keep the jewelry, and the store will be open if I just keep the jewelry. If I keep everything and I'm going to have to shut down for at least a couple of weeks and go on vacation mode so I can get everything packed up and moved out here and then set up. We do not have the room to take the shop to the bed and breakfast with us. Now, if I could apply to be a seller on Whatnot while I'm back, because I will have all of my stuff, and if I could get okayed or approved to be a seller on Whatnot and sell stuff on Whatnot, then I could at least start it at what I bought it for. And sometimes I think things sell better on Whatnot than on eBay. So if any of you are resellers and you've been in this position of moving or having to decide to close your eBay store for a little while or put it on vacation mode for a long time because you're moving, let me know what you did. Let me know what worked out for you. And thank you for coming along on this adventure. We do appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you that have been here from the beginning. Uncle Jim, we send you love from across the pond. Tell everybody over there we said hello. And Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. We are somewhere between 75 and 80 subscribers. And when we get to 100, we will be dropping our first merch, as I've told you before. But as always, remember, you are blessed to be a blessing. So go out and make today a great day.